Thomas here and welcome back to another video. So today we're back here for another speed build, but today's one is going to be a collab with PCH Sims. So if you'd like to go ahead and download this for yourself, it is up on the gallery now. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and in today's video we're going to be doing the interior of this large family home that Pauline went ahead and built. So you can go ahead and check out part 1 on her channel, and I'll leave a link down below to that, and she'll also give you the information there if you just want to download her unfurnished version. But I'm actually really happy how this build turned out. And if you don't know who PCH Sims is, she makes some amazing speed builds, and you may actually know her more from Instagram. That's how I actually originally found her, and I just love her builds so much. They're so nice to look at. She does a lot of suburban builds like I do as well, and I thought that I would really love to collab with her at some point because I just think that we'll have very similar styles, and I thought we could make something great. So that's what we're doing today. So this home has 5 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms, and it's built on a 50 by 50 lot in Willow Creek. And also this build is base game, so there's no packs used at all today. I haven't done a base game build in a while. And actually it was kind of challenging, to be honest, to do this finishing, because I kind of forget when you use so many packs what it's like to not have that many items to decorate with. So a lot of the points in this build were a little bit, difficult. There are some areas of the build which are a lot more simple looking than my other builds, but that's alright. I don't really think there's anything wrong with that. As you know, I say a lot, but I do really love simplistic interiors, so it was kind of nice to do that sort of thing today as well. And then to kind of spruce it up a little bit, I did use some artwork from the gallery. I've done this in the last couple of builds where you download rooms from the gallery of people who have taken pictures in-game and then put them into photo frames, and then you can go ahead and use them in your build. And the good thing about them is that, one, they're CC free, and secondly, they are just base game as well. So I used those in today's build just to make things look a little bit more interesting where I could, and I really love using those. I think the ones I used today were from MandyK77, but I have that information in the description of the gallery upload, and there will also be a link in the description as well to the online gallery if you want to go ahead and see the build that way. And Pauline did a really great job with the exterior of this build. She also did a tree house as well, which I went ahead and decorated. I kind of just made it into like a kids play area, so I put a few kids toys in there and a few extra seating, and in this build as well there is actually 2 kids rooms. I thought, since this is base game and it's a fairly simplistic build, I thought I would spruce it up a little bit with a bit of colour and put some kids rooms in. So there is a twin boys room and also a girls room as well, but I know some people get triggered when I associate colours with gender, so that's just an idea for you. If you want to switch it up, then totally, that's totally fine. It's just to give you a bit of an idea of what I had in mind when I was decorating those rooms. So yeah, I did that, and then there's also the other 2 rooms which are just fairly neutral. There's one room downstairs which is a double room, and there's also another double room upstairs as well. They're both fairly large in size, so I don't know which one you would class as the master one, but we'll get to those a little bit later. So yeah, like I said, I did actually Pauline did all of the exterior furnishing. It was just the tree house that I did, and there's also a garage as well which I made into a gym and put some other kind of garage type of items in there, like the woodworking table, and also the bathrooms today, which I'm including in the footage, which is a little bit different for me. If you've seen my speed builds before, and if you're new today, by the way, then welcome. So if you've seen my videos before, you know that bathrooms aren't really my favourite thing to do, and I do tend to cut most of them out in a particular home out of the speed build, just because they're all fairly the same. But what actually Pauline did was, when I downloaded the home, she had already put in some wall coverings and flooring tiles in some of the rooms. I did change up some of them, like this wood floor in here. It was like a darker colour. I changed it to white, and also in the bathroom there were some tiling around, and normally what I do for a speed build is that I keep all the bathroom tiles the same colour swatch, which is fine. I kind of like that consistency throughout them all, but since Pauline already put some different colours around, I thought it'd be a change today to do some bathrooms which are all different for a change. So you see a few more of those in today's speed build. And this is one of the double rooms here. Now this one, like I was saying, both of the double rooms are kind of similar in size. The one upstairs does actually have a fireplace in it as well, so maybe the one upstairs could be the master one, but this one is also a nice one to be a master too, so I don't know which one you would decide on for that. And as I was saying, I did go for a fairly neutral colour scheme throughout the build, and then when I go to each of the bedrooms I do switch them up a little bit just to keep things look a little bit more interesting. I've had people tell me in the past, like, if I do a neutral home then the bedrooms should be neutral as well, but I kind of think that's a bit sort of boring sometimes, especially kids rooms. If I do a kids rooms and it has to have colour in it, I can't really do kids rooms without colour in it really. And then each of the bedrooms, I do switch up the colours slightly. I don't go too overboard and kind of make them look completely different. I just adjust the shades as I go between the bedrooms. So there was this room right here, which originally I was going to make into a laundry room, but then I realised that this is only a base game build, so I can't actually do that. Pauline did say I could use other packs for the interior, but I thought it would be a nice idea to do a base game build today, since all of the exterior is base game as well. So if you do have laundry day, then you could make that extra little living room into a laundry room if you want to do that. That would be a great place to put it. So what I did was, for that room, as you saw, I did put an extra fireplace in and just made it like a reading room, just like a really quiet and small living room. I imagine it'd be a nice place to go if it's a very busy household with lots of noise and kids. I think that'd be a nice room to go to. And this is another one of the bathrooms here. So as you can see, we're just kind of adjusting the colour scheme as I go. But even though I'm doing that though, the bathrooms in terms of the furniture I'm using is kind of similar, which is what I do for all of my bathrooms actually. In modern builds, I do switch them up a little bit. They do look a little bit different than these ones, but my suburban kind of style bathrooms are always pretty similar, which I don't think is a bad thing really. I think they're a fairly boring room. I hear everybody say that, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Now we're working on the upstairs. This one is the first kids room. This room was actually pretty spacious, so I did make this into like a twin room for 2 kids. But if you don't want to do that and take out a bed, then feel free to do that. That would also be a good thing, because although I put 2 beds in, it did make the room like not allow me to put as many kids' toys and stuff in it. So if you just have one kid that you had in mind for this room, then you could remove the bed and put something else in terms of like another activity for them to do in there as well. This is just like a little hallway area. I wasn't really too sure what to do with it. What could be good for that room actually, which I didn't think of, is to put a computer desk in there. Then that could be like a sort of like a family computer area to use, if that makes sense, because it's kind of open and just like free for everyone to use. So that could be an option if you want to change that up. And then this room, I believe, is the last one. This is the other master room. It could be. I don't know if you want to use the one downstairs or this one, but this one does have the fireplace in it, so I'd imagine that this one might be a nicer master room. And I did go ahead and, as you can see, use a few more of those pictures from the gallery. I really love using those. I don't know what you think about them. I think they're a really great thing, especially with base game, because although over the years we've had so much added to base game that it's a lot more easier to build a lot more things with it, I do still find that it's fairly restrictive in areas, especially when it comes to paintings. But actually in general, I do think that in the whole game actually we don't really have that many paintings. I always seem to find myself using the same ones. I think City Living does have a great selection of different ones that I use in a lot of different styles of build, but you know, even with that, I think we do still need some more paintings in game to make things look a little bit more interesting, and that's why I'm going over to using gallery pictures instead, just to spruce things up a little bit in my builds. And this is the other kids room here. Again, you can make that what you want. I just did it as a pink room, a bit of colour in it, and the last bathroom. And then I think we've got the tree house to do at the end, and that's pretty much it. So I really hope you enjoyed. In the comment section down below, let me know about what you thought of this interior furnishing today. If you haven't seen part 1 on Pauline's channel yet, make sure you go ahead and check that out. I'll leave a link down below to it, so you can go ahead and see her make this amazing exterior of the home. You can go ahead and download this build fully furnished on my gallery. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.